What's up, YouTube? Generic Critical Drawing Show here, coming at you with an Odd Ice Performapal deck profile today. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the whole deck. So we got
copyright.
No one's gonna find out. No one ever finds out. Anyways, we got played 3 Odd Ice Pendulum Dragon. Really good, especially with this pendulum effect. At the end of the turn, you get to destroy this card, and then add a 1500 or less attack points. Monster for your deck to your hand, which works really good with Odd Ice Arc Pendulum Dragons. Which, speaking of,
my tequila
one, two, 3 Odd Ice Arc Pendulum Dragons. I mainly use them for his pendulum skill. So whenever an Odd Ice monster is destroyed, it gets a special amount of Odd Ice monster from my hand, deck, or graveyard, which goes really good with the Vortex. And then I have 2 Odd Ice Persona Dragons. I really use it for its monster effect and just use it as a scale 1 scale pendulum some of my monsters. But I like using this monster effect because it lets me negate a face-up monster from the extra deck, which link speed, popping off in that bullshit. And then I have 2 Performapal Odd Ice Synchron.
No.
I mainly use them as synchro material.
Synchro?
Which I do surprisingly synchro a lot.
Yeah.
And I have a little saucy plays with the synchros.
Saucy?
Odd Ice Phantom Dragon. When this card is pendulum summoned, when this pendulum summon card does battle, it affects damage times 1200 for each Odd Ice card in your pendulum scales, which is some fat damage. Odd Ice Saber Dragon. Whenever he destroys a monster, it destroys another monster. Performapal Odd Ice Dissolver. So whenever your pendulum monster battles, especially this card in your hand, that monster will not be destroyed by battle. Also, you can use this card as a polymerization. Having polymerization minotaurs. So whenever your pendulum monster attacks, your opponent's monster loses 100 attack points for each Performapal and Odd Ice card you control, which comes in pretty clutch.
700 attack.
Now I have 2 Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer. When this card's pendulum summoned, I can pop up to 2 cards, and then I can add up to that number of Performapal, which comes in really handy almost all the time.
Combos, baby.
And I have 2 Performapal Lizard Draw. Lizard Draw effect. When there's another Performapal monster in the pendulum scale, I could pop him and draw a card.
For days.
I have a Guitardo. Now, when another Performapal monster is activated in the pendulum scale, you get to draw a card via his pendulum effect, and then you get to activate his main monster effect to increase your scales by 2 until the end of the turn.
Is it once per turn?
It is. It's on summon. No, it's a once per turn effect. I'm sorry. I use Performapal Trump Witch, so I can tribute this card and add polymerization. If not, I can just use its pendulum scale effect. Use it as polymerization, just like Auto Dissolver, and then I have Hell Princess, just in case I want to use this as like link material or something for monsters I wasn't able to pendulum summon. This comes in handy more times than one. I have Abyss Actor, Curtain Raiser. I do want to play more of this, but this card for some reason is really hard to find, even though it's friggin' cheap. I have 2 Chronograph Sorcerers. I want to bump it up to 3. Maybe because I do use the effect of Sky Iris and allow my cards to destroy themselves. And of course the 1 Tiger the Magician to protect your pendulum skills. I won the 1 Archfiend Eccentric. Managed to pop itself to destroy a monster, or just mainly destroy itself with pendulum skill to destroy a spell trap, which is good with stuff like Mystic Mind and other like freaking troll cards. I do play a Zhongchain Magician. Just to mess with those light monsters.
Fuck Cyber Dragons.
Those guys. And 1 effect for them. Going off the spells, I play triple Spiral Flame Strike. Both of these effects are not a hard once per turn. You have to be all 3 of them if you want, if you have them in your hand. If you control an Odd Ice card, you can destroy 1 card on the field. Or you can add 1 level 7 Odd Ice monster from your deck to your hand. And I play Odd Eyes Fusion. I play just kind of going to Star Random Fusion, Odd Eyes Star Random Fusion Dragon, which that card really does come in clutch too. I have Coolest Alliance. This is a really good card. Just add all your Arc Pendulum Dragon, your Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon,
Consistency.
and your Pendulum
boy.
Sorcerer. And
Consistency.
even this card,
Consistency.
Soul Pendulum, which it's really dope. It's the card that lets you pendulum summon twice if you remove 3 counters, and it gives your monsters 300 attack for each counter that's on this card.
Yeah, boy.
How does it count?
Every time you pendulum summon a monster,
Oh,
it gains a counter.
oh damn.
Shot your 3 turns, you can
Well, then 1 poly. Of course, super poly. Because I do have monsters in the extra deck that
One just super.
go good with the Odd Eyes extra deck.
That's super
Terraforming. To search
I
out
see no difference except rarity. No, I'm kidding.
search out my
One's
2
just super.
field spells. Sky Iris and Performapal Dramatic Theater. Discard the fact all monsters on my field gain 200 for each different typing on the field, which this deck does have a lot of different typings, so you'll gain a lot of attack points.
Stupid.
And if you have 4 monsters with different names, with different types, you can specify an Odd Eyes from the deck. And then Skyris, you get to pop 1 of your face-up cards and then add an Odd Eyes card from your deck to your hand. Comes in clutch a lot. I'll ever play 2 traps. I play a Metaverse and a Performapal Call.
2 strap cards.
When it, I mainly want to get Sky Iris out on the field because Sky Iris also protects my pendulum skills, which really helps out a lot. And then this card just helps negate direct attacks, and I get to add monsters from my deck to my hand with defense less than the attack. Oh, onto the extra deck.
What if magician?
All pendulum players have to play, of course, Electromite. Really saucy pendulum card. When this card's link summon, you get to add 1 monster for one pendulum monster from your deck to your extra deck, but you cannot get Ash Blossom.
What?
It can't get a fake pillar, but it cannot get Ash Blossom.
So basically,
And then when a card leaves your pendulum skill, you get to draw a card, and then you get to destroy 1 face-up card to add a pendulum monster from your face-up extra deck.
so basically you can't ask Blossom that.
No. I remember someone tried to Ash Blossom this, and I was like, I'm not adding it to my hand, it's going to my extra deck.
Nice.
I have Saryuja, because you do put in some of the lot of monsters. And when doesn't Saryuja ever come in clutch?
Errors, baby, errors.
And then I do play Dark Rebellion Siege Dragon.
Power.
I kind of go into him, but he helps to get rid of big boards. Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. He pretty much Odd Eyes Utopia. He attaches 1 material to negate attack, but when he negates an attack, he special summon an Odd Eyes from the graveyard. And it's when this Exceed Summons card leaves the field, he gets to summon an Odd Eyes from the extra deck. And I have Big Eye, because who doesn't like eating a monster?
Who does not like eating a monster?
And I have Clearwing Synchro Dragon.
Gay people.
I have Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Kind of just to fit the theme of the deck, but it does come into clutch a lot.
Who? Did he ever see you play that nigga? No. You just never played that nigga. He played Dark Rebellion. That was it.
Well, I don't want to say any spoilers, but you're wrong. Manifest Horus, because it is pretty easy to go into this card. I find myself going into this card a lot more than going into Clearwing or any of my other synchros. Pretty much, if you use a pendulum monster or effect monster to synchro summon with this card, you get to negate a monster effect and then take a monster face up on the field. But I think it's the opponent's choosing. Yeah, your opponent chooses 1 monster to give you, which is good for weak material.
Yeah, boy.
Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. This is also cool too. Just to special summon your scales if you want to. You can special summon Odd Eyes Persona Dragon from your scale and then have an extra negate. Then Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. It's just a good ward removal.
Hell yeah.
And
Some board removal.
just to do some burn damage.
Yeah, boy, we out here.
And my super poly targets are Storm and Fusion Dragon.
Ooh.
2 dark
Phantom
monsters.
boys.
Yeah, boy.
2 dark monsters in the field. When this card is special summoned, I get to gain the attack of one of your monsters, and then when the card leaves the field, destroy all special summon monsters in the field.
Yeah, boy.
And then he could copy a monster effect, I believe.
If it's a fusion monster.
One level 5 or higher monster.
It's level 5. What?
Now, what I would also like to do sometimes, I would like to use Super Poly to take their Storm Venom Fusion Dragon and use my Odd Eyes for Odd Eyes Venom Fusion Dragon, which is Storm Venom Fusion Dragon for the Pendulum monster.
Yeah, boy.
I've been meaning to take this one out, Beast Eyes, Pendulum Dragon.
There's not a lot of beast decks.
Yeah,
right now.
there's not a lot of Beast decks. I've been meaning to switch in with Brave Eyes
Not
actually.
seeing a lot of maturity beasts.
Because of course, heroes busting out with their hero nonsense, and a whole bunch of other warrior decks.
Yeah, warriors.
Rune Eyes. This is also a good super poly target if you're going against like Endymions or whatever kind of spellcaster deck. Dark Magician coming up too.
Yeah.
Odd Eyes Vortex,
The MVP.
Vortex boy.
and another super poly target too. Performapal. Gatling Gold. This card is actually really good.
Hell
When this card is normal summon, he does 200 damage for each card on the field. And then if you use the Pendulum monster to fusion summon, he gets to destroy one monster your opponent controls, and he takes battle damage equal to he takes effect damage equal to the current attack points,
So I'm saying, push,
and then he can still attack.
So,
And that's pretty much it.
look at those targets. Look at those
Last minute
targets.
shoutouts.
Look at those
Yeah.
targets.
I have to shout out all my card games, and all these Popeyes chicken sandwiches. Popeyes give me free stuff.
Yeah, what's good? Popeyes coming with chicken sandwiches,
Juice.
dog.
Be the boy.